This trailblazing team would go on to dismantle the foundation of segregation and to show people that black people, especially black children, had the capacity to feel like anybody else. Mamie met Kenneth on the grounds of Howard University in Washington, D.C., where she initially majored in math, but was easily persuaded to his major of psychology. They went on to elope in 1937, which would still be Mamie's senior year. They both were deeply passionate and affected by the racial climate of the decade and dedicated their lives to study the impact of segregation on black children in their community. They both went on to obtain their doctorate in psychology at the University of Columbia, which was absolutely unheard of for an African American at the time, which awarded them the title of first African American male and woman to do so. Mamie's master thesis would be the foundation of their claim to fame, the doll test, which they would ask a black child to pick between a white doll and a black doll, which the child would usually pick the white doll, attributing the black doll to negative characteristics, showing the profound harm and damage that segregation was doing to the young black psyche. They used this research to argue that separate but equal schools were inherently unconstitutional by and because they placed the inferiority upon the black student. Their work will later be cited in the Brown versus the Board of Education and Supreme Court decision. Not only did they do the research, they did the work. In 1945, the Clarks opened up the North Child Center for Child Development in Harlem. It was the first child guidance center in the area, providing crucial psychological and educational services to families. Mamie died in 1983 to lung cancer at the age of 66. Kenneth would go on to the ripe age of 91, continuing his work before dying in 2005. Their life and legacy continues to be an example of how science and love could drive social change. Here's the Black